That's a grand cup of tea. Christmas is finished and this is the time of year a lot of people reevaluate their goals and whatnot, and that fact has inspired me to share today 10 healthy habits that I developed in my 20s that I feel are really serving me now in my 30s, that will continue to benefit me throughout my life. Because listen to me, you know, if the pandemic hasn't taught you this already, let me teach it to you now. Living like you'll have youth on your side forever without investing in your health is all of the silly. All of it. We're living in a very youth-obsessed culture where it's as though everything turns to black after you hit 27. It doesn't. Before you'll know it, you'll be 27, and then like me, you're waking up and you're 32 and you're like, no, my 30th birthday was yesterday.
I'm 30, I'm flirty, and I'm thriving.
Diving in, right? I even have a list. Nice simple one, easier said than done. Move and stretch your body regularly. I was so crap when I was a teenager. I did absolutely nothing. But when I first started working out, I did it in such an unsustainable way. So extrinsic motivation is reward-driven behavior, and I wanted that reward of weight loss. I wanted praise, not just from my doctor, but from everyone else, because I was emotional eating. Long story short, I won my reward and I wasn't any happier. Actually, I developed a really unhealthy relationship with not just food but with exercise. Hated it. It was just like torture, you know. And then I learned the joy of intrinsic motivation. So doing something because it feels good, like drinking this cup of tea. And who knew that something that's so good for your mood, your sleep, your immune system, energy, productivity, overall quality of life, who knew that it could also feel so good? Here is a rundown of my exercise journey over the past 10 or so years that I have been making YouTube videos.
Start off just walking and, you know, wear comfortable clothes. Maybe go along with a friend or something.
I kind of laid off a lot of heavy exercising during my eating disorder recovery.
Like, I want to start walking again, and I've been incorporating more walks into my routine.
I really did forget how much I enjoy going cycling. Discover what you like and do lots more of that, even if that's housework or lots of sex.
Like, I used to sit there all the time looking at fit people on pictures and stuff, and I was like, oh, I'd love to be like real strong like that. And then someone was just like, you can be. You can, what's stopping you? I have to go to the gym. I don't have to go to the gym, I want to go to the gym. Like, I don't have a set routine, but I regularly go to the gym. Thomas actually did me out a little workout thing, because do you remember I was telling you I have no plan. Resolution 3 is something I'm sure a lot of you have on your list of resolutions, is to get stronger and fitter and just generally be healthier. I just like to kind of keep chipping away at this no matter what.
I'm trying to do more just activity throughout the day that's not just going to the gym. So if I'm not going to the gym, I'll go for a light jog, just go outside, go for a light jog, it's free, or I'll go for a walk with my partner, or we'll do a little workout in the house together, like just a little high intensity, like 15-minute thing. It's so easy to fit these things in when you just want to, when you try, because you could scroll for 2 hours online, or you could go and do something like that, or you could do a bit of both. I really push myself with intensity, you know. Sometimes I scream on that last rep and I love it. I love that feeling so much.
Squats are actually meant to be really good for pregnancy. Pre-pregnancy I was working out. We were going to the gym 5 days a week or something, weren't we?
Yeah, it was between 4 and 5. We were very committed.
You remind me of childhood memories when everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky.
I was at my most fit before I got pregnant. I was 30 years of age. I've come a long way on my fitness journey from being 19, overweight, very unhealthy.
People want fitness updates, Thomas. Have I been weightlifting? No. Someone even said that they have started, you know, getting into fitness because like they were inspired by my stuff from a couple of years ago. And yeah,
maybe you should watch your stuff
maybe
from
I
a
should
couple
watch.
of years ago.
I just haven't been making time. I've no excuse. I've just been not making time to go to the gym. So yeah, I'm trying to think of, you know, ways to get motivated from home and exercise at home.
And that takes us to today and motherhood. And oh my god, how in need I was of today's sponsor, because I'm in the process of buying my first house and I do not have hundreds of euro per month to spend on a personal trainer. Just don't. I need to work out at home, but I also need motivation. I need someone holding me accountable, you know. I've been using and I'm now working with CoPilot, a service that's all about helping people to build healthy habits for life. CoPilot pairs you with an actual experienced trainer for a one-on-one coaching experience. So your trainer can provide you with a personalized set of workouts every week after they learn about your history and your goals.
Those are your outcome goals. You want to feel energized for your baby boy, for your husband, to keep everything, to feel strong and good in your body.
Your access or lack thereof to equipment. Pairing the app with an Apple Watch is possible, and it allows your trainer to actually track your movements, which is brilliant, but it's optional. You don't have to have an Apple Watch. The big selling point of CoPilot for me is that you can message your trainer at any time, day or night. You can send videos and pictures, and you can schedule calls anytime that you need to. Jill is my trainer and she is an absolute sweetheart. She started me off super slowly, kept workouts short like I asked her to, always sends me encouragement and feedback. She hears me when I say I don't like this move or I do like this move, and she even assisted me with my stiff neck and back problems from having a gladiator of a 15-month-old. He's so big and heavy and he loves being held. Sometimes I need Jill to reschedule my workouts due to unforeseen circumstances like teething toddler or whatever, and she's always right there. She'll accommodate me. She's fantastic. So yeah, if your life is a bit all over the place like mine and you don't have like a set time and set days to work out, this is brilliant because you can adapt it to your own unique life setup. But even if you're like a gym bunny and you want a pocket companion to help you to reach your goals, that's much more affordable than an in-person personal trainer. Highly recommend this service. One of the best things about my job is that I can get amazing offers to share with you on things that I love. So if you click the link in my description box, you'll get your own CoPilot for over 20% off forever. That's $99 a month instead of $129 a month. You can try it out for 2 weeks, 14-day trial, so decide whether or not you want to use the service. Movement is so important to me, and you know, a lot of people in their 30s do start having families and it does become harder to fit in time to really care for your body, invest in your future body. There's such a fine balance between being present in the moment, something I always preach and talk about. I'm very passionate about it, but also thinking long term. And if you do things today that will positively impact future you, then living in the moment becomes a lot more enjoyable. As time goes on, you can make your future life a lot easier. Future you will thank you for moving today. No matter how many dips you have, just get back on it. Just get back on it. If you've had a crappy couch potato Christmas and you're feeling stiff and horrible and like there's nothing stopping you from starting afresh today, tomorrow, next week. You've always got a blank slate. So habit number 2 is play happy music. And I know this sounds very strange, but hear me out. There are actually studies to show that listening to happy, like positive, upbeat music can improve a person's happiness and their mood and stuff within 2 weeks. You can actually get a hit of dopamine just knowing that that amazing chorus is about to happen, you know. Music is so powerful, and I know for me, like I cry all the time listening to music. I love me some very emotional music, you know, nostalgia, and like sometimes if I am sad or angry or whatever, I'll listen to music that it's like the music gets me, you know, but it does keep me in that headspace, definitely. Like when I'm feeling sorry for myself, I can just kind of get in a loop of that. Whereas if I put on something that makes me want to dance and makes me happy and smile and brings back joyful memories, but it's just, you know, happy music, like it immediately does lift my spirits. And in studies, when people listen to music that isn't super positive sounding, those people didn't get the same boost in their mood as, so it's been proven through science that putting on a song that will make you smile can have a very big impact on your mental health, and mental health and physical health are very much tied together. This is one of my favourites and people slag me all the time over it, but just play the good shit. Play the good shit, whatever the good shit is for you. Habit 3 is to go to bed early and wake up early. Something that I didn't really do until my late 20s when I got involved with my now husband. He is an early riser, goes to bed early, and it made a huge difference to my routine, my ability to have a routine, and yeah, like everything about our body will work better when we're on a schedule, and going to bed early just helps with that. It is recommended that you get at least 7 hours sleep a night, and I know that can be hard when you have a small baby. You just have to sometimes sacrifice staying up late and scrolling and just whatever to get in even an extra hour by going to bed that bit earlier. And oh, I am a witch when I'm tired. I'm a witch, and replace the W with a B. I'm also a bitch. Aside from the horrible mood, night owls do tend to apparently die younger. If you're up late at night, you'd be just, watching telly and just eating loads more than what you need. Usually not a bag of apples either. You're not going to exercise as much late at night, unless you're one of those people who goes running at like 2 a.m, fair play. But yeah, people who stay up really late tend to have higher levels of stress, they experience more inflammation, and they're more at risk of various types of diseases. When you sleep well, when you go to bed early, get up early, you tend to have clearer skin, you tend to even have hormones that function better. And I can attest to this because my hormones were extremely out of whack, and now that I think back, it was very correlated with when I used to stay up all night and sleep in till noon. Habit 4 is take a daily probiotic. Best supplement I've ever taken, hands down. I'm a big fan of the brand Optibac, but there are some other really good brands, but I think Optibac is my favourite. Optibac have won awards and have been recommended by healthcare professionals even, so yeah, they're good. There is a lot of research into them to make sure that the strains they use of probiotics reach your gut and even your vagina alive. So the supplements will actually pass through, your enzymes, your bile, your stomach acidity, and each capsule has like billions of live bacterial cultures. Probiotics are part of like the bigger picture of your body, your microbiome, and something that I didn't know when I was younger. So I got my appendix removed when I was 11. If I didn't get it removed, to be fair, I would have died, so it needed to come out. But they've only in more recent years made certain connections and realized that, well, they've concluded that your appendix is actually designed to protect good bacteria in your gut. So, that may explain some of like the horrible digestive problems I've had in my time. I went through a couple of years of awful IBS. You may remember, if you've been around for a long time, my IBS days. Lots of things can contribute to, issues with your gut. So like antibiotics, for example, they wreak havoc. Antibiotics can cause lasting damage to your whole gut flora, for years and years and years. And that's not to say don't take antibiotics. Absolutely take them, because infections can be deadly, but it's just, a crappy downside. So take a probiotic, especially if you've been on antibiotics or have been on a constant, even if you're on like a low dose one, just take a probiotic. There's no going to be no harm in it. But yeah, like probiotics can contribute to reducing inflammation, improving your immune system, very important in these times, and also can help with IBS symptoms. Habit 5 is electrolytes, and here I have a lovely cup of electrolytes, because while I use filtered water, I do use a reverse osmosis water filter to remove all like the gunk from the water, but I make sure to add back in the good stuff that the filter also removes. Electrolytes are essential minerals like sodium, calcium, potassium. They're so important for so many functions in your body. Signs that you have low electrolyte levels: you're erect, you're fatigued, headaches, low energy, blood pressure changes, cramps in your muscles, nausea, just feeling awful, not feeling well. The only time you probably hear people talking about electrolytes is if they're talking about dehydration in, like, you know, with sports, and because there are electrolytes in a lot of sports drinks, but they're also like full of unnecessary sugar. So adding like electrolytes to water or tea or whatever, it's a way to get a boost of those without all of the sugar that you don't need. But electrolytes keep you hydrated, they keep your pH levels balanced, and they're even very involved in your nervous system function, so they're very, very important. But it's not just a case that you buy a bottle of electrolytes. Like, you can replenish them by having a nutritious, balanced diet. Phosphate, magnesium, they're all really important, and you get them from fluids and foods. Bananas, avocado, dairy if you're a dairy eater, avocado, coconut water is a big one. That's like a big selling point of coconut water, even though it tastes not very nice. Chicken, like poultry. I didn't know anything about electrolytes when I was younger, but so important for your overall health. Habit 6 is really, really straightforward, but it's just that I try and with like 80% of my meals have either fruit or veg with the meal. So not with every single thing that I eat, but I'll just add, you know, a banana or an orange or a little lump of broccoli chopped up into my pasta, some raw baby spinach into my sandwich. Like, I'll just always look for a way to add some fruit or veg to a meal. So I'll eat whatever I want. Say, I'm craving a piece of toast with peanut butter and honey on top. I don't want to have banana slices on top because I just want to have that taste in my mouth. But I'll just stick a banana on the side. If I want a chocolate bar, I eat a chocolate bar. I'll just also eat an apple. It's just a little kind of, it's not even a hack or a tip, or it's just what I do to kind of keep up my, they say 5 a day, but realistically all of us need more than 5 a day, and very few of us even get 5 a day. So it's a good way to, just a thought to have in your head, like every time, just like most times that you're eating, just think, what can I add to this to bulk it out with some fruit or veg? It doesn't mean you have to make your meal smaller or anything, but if you're eating the fruit or veg, you might not want as much of, you know, say you have a mountain like of rice. If there's lots of veg in there as well, you might feel satisfied quicker, because usually when we're very hungry, we're hungry for micronutrients, and I could eat so many Pringles and not feel satiated, but if I eat some Pringles and some strawberries, I'm more likely to feel satiated quicker. Fruit and veg are full of vitamins and minerals and fibre, and you need them every day. They'll prevent constipation and all the horrible things that comes with that, like hemorrhoids and anal fissures and all the lovely, awful things that a lot of older people will end up dealing with from poor nutrition. Habit 7 is really straightforward. Want the best for other people, even people you don't particularly like, and give compliments. I can't explain to you how much lovelier life becomes when you make a habit of just saying nice things to people and giving compliments to, just give compliments all the time. And I actually started doing this when I have a friend, Maria, and she compliments everybody. She'll just come up to you and she'll be like, oh, you look so sexy today, or she'll pick something about you and she'll say something nice about it, or she just makes such a habit of complimenting people. And I feel like because of that, it just has such a positive energy about her. Very warm, very welcoming, and it's just a nice thing to do, and just wish people well. Like I have plenty of people online that really don't like me, but I don't want bad things for them. Quite the contrary. And yeah, like if you get absorbed in that kind of like bitterness or like resentment or negative thoughts, or just rejoicing in other people's pain, it will do far more than just affect you. Like it drags you down into an awful place. So make a habit. Even today, you can just like text something nice or comment something nice under one of your friends' photos online. Such a nice thing to do. And habit 8 is to do a 10-minute tidy. I like to just call it the 10-minute tidy every single day. because like I am a naturally very messy person. Not a dirty person, but I'm very, very messy. And people I've even collabed with on YouTube have pointed this out in videos like over the years. It's so funny. They'll come into my environment and they'll notice it's clean, but there's just stacks of shit everywhere. And I'm looking around me now and it's not like that, because I adopted a habit in my like mid to late 20s of just, you know, I'll look at the chaos I caused in the previous day, the piles of clothes I've just thrown everywhere, and just my mounds of makeup and crap just building up on every surface. I leave that in my wake, but then I will do the 10-minute tidy and I will just sort things out and put things in their places, and it just brings me so much more mental clarity and makes me feel so much less stressed. It is so good for me, and I urge you that if you don't like cleaning, like, everyone can afford 10 minutes, and you can play a podcast or an audiobook or a YouTube video in the background while you do it. And if you just do 10 minutes a day, you're never going to have those horrible like day-long cleans where you're sweating with black sacks full of shit from your floor. Like, I've been there, and it feels awful. Habit 9 is to move away from toxic relationships. But I can't even communicate how vital this is. There's a saying that goes, show me who your friends are and I'll show you who you are. Similar to the saying that says, you know, you're most like the 5 people you spend most time around. The worst version of me was surrounded by people who brought out that worst version, and I probably brought out the worst version in them. I don't believe in really calling a person toxic, but a relationship can be toxic. And maybe it's toxic because you as well, like 2 people are involved in a relationship, and that person you may in your head be calling toxic, like they might have very healthy relationships with other people or go on to have healthy relationships with other people. A bad relationship that like blows up in your face, you know, trust broken, all that kind of stuff. It can either help you to refine your judgment of who to spend time building a relationship with, or it can make you distrust most people and just keep people at arm's length, and that can carry on for your whole life. I know people who are in their 60s who are still very much like that. So this is really important, that you develop a habit of I suppose protecting your energy, because we don't have all the time in the world. Time is very, 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 very precious, and life isn't that long. Like, learning not to waste my time on relationships where I felt unsupported or where I felt the other person was, you know, I suppose, I don't know, selfish or just any of the bad things. Like learning to take my time away from those relationships and refocus them into building new ones and working on myself is one of the best things I've ever done. It is true that sometimes you just outgrow your friends. Like, it's not like it's a toxic relationship. Like, the relationship can just slowly come apart, and that tends to happen every few years when you're in, you know, you're in this job, or then you're living in this country, or you're in this relationship. Like, life is constantly like this, and it's very rare that you're still besties with someone you were friends with when you were 5 or 10 or 15. Amazing when that does happen, but it doesn't always happen like that. But I'm not really talking about this when you just outgrow something. I'm more so talking about taking an active role in stepping away from relationships. The best way to make good friends is by being a good friend. That is definitely part of, you know, moving away from toxic friendships, but a lot of the time you just kind of have to have the conversation or slowly inch away, whatever feels easiest to you. But say if you've got friends in common with this person, you may have to talk to them about boundaries, because, you know, what if you're all going to be on the night out and you don't want to be around this person? Like, it's awkward conversations need to be had, but boundaries are cool. Boundaries are sexy. What I've found the easiest about this is focusing on, if I'm having a conversation with the person, like focusing on my own situation and my needs and, you know, what I don't need, and rather than it being all about them being wrong, like you did this and you're this and blah blah blah. Like, just bring it back to yourself and just stay away from the blame game. You know, you can acknowledge that a friendship served you for a time, and now that time has passed. It is better, I suppose, to try and avoid massive arguments that can be very, very stressful, and stress is not good for your health, and this is about healthy habits. And habit 10 is all about nurturing and responsibility. It's about embracing responsibility and being a plant mom or a pet mom or a mom. Like, you don't have to have an actual child to be nurturing and maternal, I suppose. But it's such a critical life skill, and I feel like even more important, like if you're a man, you're probably not a man watching this video, but if you are, like, men have less opportunities to really practice this in their lives, but it's just so important. It's where meaning in life is found, for me anyway, is, you know, when the more responsibilities I have, the more nurturing I am, like looking after others, it just brings so much meaning to me and purpose, and that means that I am happier. If you're looking after a plant or a little kitten, puppy, a baby, it instills you with so much respect for life. It makes you more aware of everyone and everything around you, because you're seeing how your own behaviors will impact. Just a massive boost for your emotional well-being. And yeah, like, a lot of people don't even really realize the benefits of like having plants around and having animals in your presence and like, until they're older, they're much older. Humans are not islands. We're meant to be very connected to other life. Caring for life, I don't know, it just makes you feel like what you do matters, and then it makes you want to do more caring. And it's just this lovely circle of love and life. Gives you self-esteem and confidence. And yeah, you can, if you're 18 watching this, you can go out today and buy yourself a plant and learn how to look after that plant and keep it alive. I bought myself a peace lily, and watching my peace lily reflower after having a bit of an awkward few months where I just couldn't figure out the right amount of water and the right kind of how much direct light she needed. I called her Tiffany after one of you guys suggested Tiffany, because peace lilies kind of look like vaginas, and I call a vagina a fanny, and Tiffany. And yeah, and I have a baby, and I've got cats here in my dad's house, you know, our family cats. They're coming to the new house with us, but I've never had a dog. But yeah, like, even still, just having a plant I care for means so much to me, and it just makes me want to get into gardening. And now I see why all the happy old people love their gardening. Wise, white-haired wonders of the world. And that's where I'm going to end this video. I really hope one of these tips inspired you. I hope this video has a positive ripple effect on your lives. Please thumbs it up if you like this. Please let me know in the comments if you want more videos like this as well. And I'll see you again in another video very soon. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell thingy for notifications, though I don't know how much of good that does. This website has gone very weird. I'm going to drink my tea now because it's gone cold. Still has electrolytes. Farewell. Just a little reminder about my CoPilot link down in the description box, which gives you over 20% off forever. It's an amazing service. Huge thank you to CoPilot for sponsoring me, and please let me know if you decide to give it a try.